G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard and you're watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Yes, I am not happy, as you can tell, despite the basketball scoreline. I left this game feeling really concerned for the future of the Wallabies because a lot of these players will be representing the Wallabies. And yeah, both teams were decided to take intermittent napping, during the middle of this game. The Rebels took about 60 minutes of napping time, and the Reds took about 20 minutes of napping time, and it was just mind-blowing to watch both teams just letting in soft tries left and right, hardly playing rugby. And then especially the Reds will really bother me more than the Rebels because, it's the Rebels. They have a history of doing this, but the Reds was really concerning, especially like that 20-minute period after halftime where they gave away like 3 tries in 10 minutes. Apparently the coach, Let's Kiss, has revealed in the with a live interview to the commentary that he has told the team to not be complacent with the scoreboard. The Reds was leading 33 points to 7 at halftime. And guess what? Immediately come out in the second half, complacent in the scoreboard, completely ignoring what the coaches had told him. Coach also said that despite the scoreboard lead, there were some areas he wasn't happy about. I'm sure scrummaging, breakdown, and probably the kicking game was lacking a little bit for the Reds. And none of that improved at all, despite the instructions that was given to the Reds team in the second half. So that was really like alarm bells going off my head. The coach is literally on one side having a live chat to the commentary, and the other side, his team is just doing literally the opposite live on air and giving away try after try after try, soft tries after soft tries after soft tries. And and that's just not gonna work. That's just really gonna hurt the Wallabies going into the going into the international test matches. And that stench of the Wallabies not being able to perform consistently for 80 minutes, it's already starting to smell from here before the team has even been announced, right? And that's really concerning for me. And the thing about this game is that the positive thing about this game is that the Reds look really good when they were not napping, right? After that 20-minute intermittent nap in the first 20 minutes of the second half, outside of that, the Reds actually look really good. The offload game from the loose forwards, Uru, not even just loose forwards, but the loose forwards plus the locks, Uru, Uru, Fraser McRae, Harry Wilson, and Lim Wright. They just look unbelievable the way they handle the ball, almost like Bath. The way that these guys can play, pass the ball amongst each other after a line break in support was just really beautiful to watch. And like Fraser McRae looked like, he looked like a back, doing this offloads, backhander offloads out around the back, taking all the game line, getting himself through, and then that one-hand offload. It's just beautiful to watch. And also Liam Wright as well, just the way he's able to just easily manipulate the ball, the defense, and still get the ball free, was really big thumbs up for me from the Reds team. And that's going to trickle really well into the international test matches. But for the Rebels, I thought the backline was probably a little bit sharper than the Reds at times, especially during that 20-minute period where they scored a bunch of tries. Andrew Callaway looked dangerous every time he got the ball. Carter Gordon's kicking game was actually better than the Reds, believe it or not. Carter Gordon was able to manipulate the kicking game to much better efficiency, getting much more angles, getting that ball pinned into the Reds 22 a number of times, forcing the Reds to defensive lineouts. And the Reds lineouts weren't like 100%, so that's another area that didn't improve at all throughout the game. The Rebels was able to apply pressure and getting that steal inside the 22 against the Reds throw as well, which is really good to see for that setup for the Carter Gordon. I thought the one thing that Carter Gordon was a little bit probably guilty of is that over attempt to go for the intercept, like the haymaker move. And it worked for him in the past, but it just really didn't quite, against the more experienced, more structured team, just didn't work out for him. In fact, it backfired on him one time where the Reds scored with on the other side where he dropped the ball or knocked the ball on from an attempted intercept. And also Carter Gordon has to be the world's greatest goal kicker at hitting the goalpost, right? He hit the goalpost once again this week. I think this might be the 3rd or 4th week he hit the goalpost. I'm pretty sure, like every week, just about. Did he hit one against Moana Pacifica? I can't remember, but he hit the goalpost just about every week, right? He's the greatest player hitting the goalpost. If there's like 5 points given out by hitting the goalpost, Carter Gordon will be like leading that score, and Rebels might be winning more games if they had given out points for hitting the post. But yeah, it's again, he hit the goal post for some reason. So with that being said, the overall stats, let's have a go through that. 4 tries of the Rebels. Like, they got a bonus point for scoring 4 tries in just literally like 10 minutes of gameplay. During that 10 minutes as well, it was just like the Rebels really committing themselves to the breakdowns, getting that ball and just pick and go. And the Reds defense was just not physically owning up, just conceding 5 meters, and eventually you're going to run out of space to concede. And then just like soft tries being scored against the Reds. Pretty much, yeah, in that 20 minutes. 4 tries for the Rebels, the Reds 8. 532 run meters, Rebels 674 for the Reds, 146 carries to the Rebels, 180. Rebels had quite a few carries during that 20 minutes or so time. In fact, quite a few carries throughout the game, but wasn't just that 20 minutes was really just unbelievable to watch how lapsed the Reds defense was. 13 turnovers conceded for the Rebels, 12 against the Reds. 161 tackles made for the Rebels, 27 missed tackles. Reds tackle counts is a little bit higher than probably would like as well. 140 tackles made and 21 missed tackles overall. Kicks in play, 23 for the Rebels, 21 for the Reds. Conversions, 3 missed by the Reds. Again, it felt almost like the game was just too far out of reach for the Rebels. Some of those conversions just kind of like, almost, I felt like the players didn't quite make the best effort into making the attempt, maybe. Just my feeling. 10 lineouts for the Rebels, 3 lost. And Reds as well. 13 lineouts, 2 lost against the throw. Scrum was quite even, 6-3. I thought Tupou had a bit more dominance in the first half. And second half, kind of evened out a bit when Tupou came off like early in the first half as well. He came off for like 30 minutes in the game. And maybe hopefully he's not injured again. And finally, penalties conceded 7 apiece for both teams. Now let's go through this, basketball game of a rugby match. Oh boy, where should I start? 2 minutes in the game, Reds gets a penalty, and they just go for the line out. Not gonna take the 3. Go for the line out, 5-minute line out. Just pick and go. Uru crashes over, 5 points to 0. 17 minutes into the game, another penalty. They go for the line out. They just go for the maul. Easy try. The maul just runs in, worked like a well-oiled machine. Fazler gets rammed in by his teammates. 21 minutes into the game, like the Reds at this point doesn't even look like they're trying. Some nice pick and goes from Uru. Nice offload to Venivalu, who got tackled, and then there was just like 6 defenders on the blind side on the Rebels, and then the ball went to the blind side. There was just like a couple forwards there. Harry Wilson got the ball on the sideline, lobs the ball back in field to Liam Wright. Liam Wright, again, taking on a couple of defense, bit of a show and go. Pass the ball in field to Fraser McRae. Oh, sorry, just a bit of a show and go, and just crashed over himself. And that's it. Like, it's like there was like 6 defenders there. Everybody's looking at each other, getting razzle-dazzle about where the ball is. 19 points to 0 for the Reds. 26 minutes in the game, finally the Rebels get themselves on the ball. They got a penalty from their scrum right in front of the Reds goalpost. The ball goes out to Andrew Callaway. Just really nice straight in run into a little gap. Try time. Soft defense from the Reds, it looked like. Pretty much soft defense, yeah. 7 points to 19. Easy as that. And then 30 minutes into the game, the Carter Gordon, like I said, went for an intercept and he knocked the ball on. And the Reds scooped up the ball. Start counter-attack. I think it was Fazler. Threw the ball over the top to Uru to Liam Wright. Again, just a bunch of forwards down the sideline, passing between each other, and eventually Uru got the ball, ran in for the try. 17 points to 26. And then just before halftime on 40-minute mark, Ravi, the big pro crash over for Reds. Again, just Reds building phases. 12 phases later, Ravi crashed over for the try. I thought the overall performance by the referee, by the way, Nick Berry was quite good. He didn't just, he was really clear on what he wanted to do. Scrum penalties was issued, wasn't ignored. And overall, I thought it was really clear on his decisions and really clear on his instructions as well. So I thought the referee was pretty clinical. Nick Berry from from this game. Second half starts, Rebels. It was all Rebels for the first 20 minutes or so. Just really hard carrying from the Rebels. And about 3 minutes into the second half, just into a nice little short running, like pick and go, short crash balls. Eventually, the ball goes to Vaihu, just a nice low body position, rammed himself through, 14 points to 13. Rebels gets himself on the board. 5 minutes later, again, Rebels just piling in, pick and go, tie runners, keeping the ball. There's nothing fancy, no fancy over the top looping passes, whatever. Just pick and go, keeping it tight, just nice and clean. Like everybody getting in the breakdowns, getting the ball secured, quick and clean. And then just like that, they just got close to the try line. And then Ado crashes over for the third try for the Rebels. Suddenly the scoreboard ticks up to 19 points to 13. Carter Gordon hits the goalpost. So after this, right from the kickoff, again, Rebels try to run the ball out of their own 22 for some reason. Andrew Callaway threw a pass to Vaihu on the wing. It was just missed, and then the ball almost went out. So Vaihu quickly scooped up the ball and tried to throw the ball in field to keep it in play. And he went to Josh Fluke, and Fluke gets another fluke for another try. 19 points to 38 for the Reds. Again, just easy try there. But the Rebels didn't relent. A few minutes later, again, the Carter Gordon did a nice little kick behind, and the Reds had to do a 5-meter line out of their own. The line out was picked by the Rebels, and then they just go pick and drive as they did before. And then a nice little short ball. Tai goes in for the try, just like crashes through the middle of the field under the post. 26 points to 38, and now suddenly it looks like the last 20 minutes or so, it could be a sprint to the finish to see who's going to score first, and especially if the Reds don't put themselves together. Luckily, the Rebels went back to sleep. Yeah, 67 minutes, the Rebels was running middle of the field, and a little pass between themselves went to the ground, and then Liner scooped up the ball, ran down the field. He got tackled, quick ball came out to Uru, and Uru linked up with Fraser McRae, and Fraser McRae just taken on the gain line, one-handed offload to what's his name? NASA goes in for the Reds' 7th try, 26 points to 45, and then 70th minute, again, the Reds, again, the Reds was just, building pressure in front of the Rebels try line, and then just some nice little crash balls, and eventually the ball went out to Fraser McRae. Looked like he was going to crash the ball again, but he got the ball just quick hands to the winger, a cut out pass to the guy on the wing, and it was Josh Fluke who ran in for the 8th try for the Reds. 50 points to 26, and finally on the dot of full time, Reds gets another penalty right in front of the goalpost, and they kick this one 53 points to 26. Yeah, game of just people napping. Yeah, like, I don't know what to say. It was just, other than just being concerned about the Wallabies, because the players can't play like this. Like, the mentally needs to be more, needs to be stronger, I guess. Needs to be more firm than what we witnessed tonight. Just, you can't just take 20-minute naps in the middle of the game and hope that your opposition is not going to catch up, right? Like, it's just not good enough for the Reds specifically. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this game, guys. In fact, when it comes to giving a rating for the two teams, I think the Rebels was probably, outside of the 20 minutes, or probably on like a 3. It's really bad. So overall, I think the Rebels get a 3. The Reds gets about a 6.5. If it wasn't for that 20-minute nap, the Reds would be like an 8, right? So that was a 6.5 because of the 20-minute nap, and the Rebels was on a 3 overall. It was, not the greatest performance out of both teams, but yeah, the Rebels was pretty horrendous. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks to anyone who donates money and supports me financially. I appreciate that. And have a good day. I'll see you guys maybe later tonight or otherwise tomorrow. Cheers.